Okay, let's go.
All right, let's talk about the one thing that truly separates the profitable traders from everyone else. It's not the strategy, it's not the indicators, it's all about psychology. Seriously, you can have the perfect system, but if your head isn't on straight, your account is going to pay the price. So let's get into it and rebuild your trading mindset from the inside out.
And this right here, this says it all, doesn't it? The real fight isn't with the market's ups and downs. No, the real battle happens right between your ears, in that split second you click buy or sell with real money on the line. Getting a handle on that is the only way you're ever going to find real, consistent success.
So here's the game plan for today. We're going to start with the inner game, then we'll walk through a pretty wild training exercise. After that, we'll dissect a huge psychological trap, look at how to escape the most common pitfalls, lay down some solid, unbreakable rules, and then wrap it all up with how the pros really think.
Okay, first things first, we have to get one thing straight about trading. The biggest, most unpredictable, and most dangerous variable in every single trade you take isn't the market. It's you. It's the person looking back at you from the screen.
This is the absolute heart of it. You can know every chart pattern in the book, but none of it means a thing if you panic and sell too early, or get greedy and hold on too long. Your ability to manage your own fear and greed under pressure, that is what will make or break you as a trader. That's the real game we're here to play.
All right, hang with me on this next one because it's going to sound completely insane, but it is one of the most powerful ways to build real discipline. The idea is that to learn how to succeed, you have to practice failing. Let's look at how this builds your mental armor.
Okay, so here's the exercise. You're going to open a demo account, and then you're going to intentionally blow it up. I mean it. Do everything you know you're not supposed to do. Overtrade, chase pumps, forget your stop losses. But here's the key. As you do it, you have to pay really close attention to how you feel. The anxiety, the panic, the frustration. Then, imagine that was your real money. Feel that gut punch. You do this until the emotional memory of making a bad move is just burned into your brain. So you see, the point here has nothing to do with technical skills. This is all about emotional conditioning. You're building an emotional memory of what it feels like to mess up without the financial pain. By remembering that horrible feeling, you're building a powerful firewall that will stop you from making those same mistakes when your actual hard-earned cash is at stake.
Now, let's talk about probably the biggest psychological dragon that every single trader has to face. It's this weird, deep-seated paradox in how our brains handle risk, and believe me, it's responsible for more blown accounts than anything else.
This is the paradox, and it is so backward. When a trade is making us money, what do? We get scared, we become risk-averse, we get anxious and grab our small profits off the table way too soon, just so we don't lose them. But what happens when a trade goes against us? All of a sudden, we become fearless risk takers. We hold on, we hope, we pray it comes back to break even, and we let a small, manageable loss spiral into a disaster. And this is the devastating result. It only takes one bad trade. Most traders don't slowly bleed out over hundreds of small losses. No, they grind out win after win, build up their confidence and their account, and then get completely wiped out by one single, stubborn, hope-fueled trade that they just refuse to cut loose.
Okay, so knowing about that paradox is one thing, but actually avoiding the traps it sets for us every single day is the real challenge. So let's shine a light on the most common mental traps that traders fall into time and time again.
I mean, come on. Do any of these sound a little too familiar? Trying to watch 20 charts at once until your brain just melts, feeling like you have to be in a trade, forcing things that aren't there, or the classic, averaging down on a loser. And of course the big ones, FOMO, that intense fear of missing out, chasing a price that's already left the station. Or the opposite, being totally paralyzed by fear because of that one bad trade you took last week. These are the real enemies. So what's the antidote? How do you fight back against greed and FOMO? It's this. One simple question. Before you ever click the buy button, you have to stop and ask yourself, what is my risk to reward here? If you can't give a clear, logical answer, if you don't know exactly what you stand to gain versus what you're willing to lose, then it's not a trade, it's a gamble, and you need to walk away, period. To defend yourself against all these emotional impulses and mental traps, you absolutely need a set of rules. And I don't mean vague guidelines. I mean hard, non-negotiable, unbreakable laws. Think of these as your sword and your shield when you're in the heat of battle. Rule number 1. This is your defense against false hope. If you entered a trade with a plan to be out by the end of the day, you get out by the end of the day. Full stop. The second you say, "Oh, I'll just hold it overnight, maybe it'll come back," you've stopped trading and started praying. And that is a one-way ticket to failure.
Rule number 2 is just as crucial. Look, averaging down feels so smart in the moment, right? You're improving your entry price, but what you're really doing is throwing good money after a bad decision. Sure, it might work out sometimes, but that one time it doesn't, it will destroy you. Just take the initial loss and live to fight another day.
And finally, Rule 3. This is the one that protects you from yourself when you're winning. You hit your daily profit target? Fantastic. Close your platform and walk away. That urge to just squeeze out a little more, that's pure greed talking. And greed has a nasty habit of giving back all of your profits and then some. Discipline isn't just for losing, it's for winning too.
All right, let's tie this all together now and talk about the ultimate mindset shift. This is about moving away from being a gambler who's chasing the next big win and becoming a business owner who is calmly and coolly managing probabilities.
This is it. This is the whole game right here. Probabilistic thinking. It means you accept deep down that you have no idea what's going to happen on any single trade. It could win, it could lose. Who knows? A pro doesn't care about the outcome of one trade. They care about their edge playing out over hundreds of trades. They think like a casino. They know they'll lose some hands, but over the long run, the house always wins. You need to become the house.
And to really live this way, you have to learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Trading is uncertain by nature. You will have losing trades. You will feel unsure. You will make mistakes. But you have to learn to live in that space. That feeling of discomfort, that's the sign that you're pushing yourself, that you're taking calculated risks, and that you're operating right where the real opportunity is.
So in the end, the market isn't just a bunch of charts and numbers. It's a mirror. It perfectly reflects your own discipline, your own fear, your own patience, and your own greed right back at you. It shows you exactly who you are under pressure. So the real question you have to ask yourself is, are you ready to face what you see in that mirror?